Hi everyone, and welcome to our Touch Base Thursday for June 2nd. I'm not sure how it's already June, but here we are, right? I'm just going to give it a couple minutes here for some of you to find me live and join me tonight, and then we'll go ahead and get started here in just a couple of minutes. So if you are joining me, please comment and tell me hello and let me know that you're here with me. Hi Wendy. Wendy, you're the first one to say hello tonight. So welcome as you're joining me in my everyday hair and shirt and everything else. Hello, Courtney. So we are knee-deep in open house preparation. And I know a few of you were surprised that I didn't cancel my live for tonight. I don't like to cancel it. So, and this is kind of like my fun creative outlet with all of you as well. So with all the work we've been doing, I still needed to have my live with all of you. So anyway, hi Patty and Shireen. Welcome as you guys are coming on and saying hello. So today we spent the day doing a lot of preparation for our salad bar for the open house and cutting up things we're doing kind of like a taco Mexican bar and a salad bar. So we did a lot of cutting up things and doing a lot of that prep work. And then my family is actually going to be packing up the car with a lot of our display things and the plates and all that kind of stuff to take to our hall that we're using. So after I'm done with my live, we'll go and deliver all of that. So anyway, this is my calm before the storm. I'm joking. We actually have things pretty well set up. Me and my lists habit that I have. I've got everything structured, figured out, organized. So right now it's just doing a lot of things that things that you can't do to the end. But so this weekend is my daughter's open house. I think I mentioned that so many times. So Saturday is open house, Sunday is graduation, and then I will be back 100% with all of you. I know I feel like I haven't been posting as much and all of that, but I just took some time that was well needed to be able to focus and concentrate on all those lasts that go on over the last 2 or 3 weeks. So anyway, hi to Mary and Kay. And hi Gail. I just saw Gail's comment out there as well. So anyway, you're getting me today literally hair up, face down with preparation, and I even said I think I need to go and fix my hair and do something, and my mom was like, you're fine, and I went, okay, this is how they're getting me tonight. So anyway, but it's been fun so far, doing all the preparations and doing everything that needs to be done, and so all that awesome stuff. And then tomorrow is the last day of school for my other daughter Claire. They have a half a day tomorrow, and then she'll be done for the summer, although she is in so many camps this summer and different events that she'll be busy. So anyway, and Natalie starts her first real full-time job this summer, so she'll be busy as well. Okay, so that's kind of really all I have in the way of updates. It's been, I'm not sure if you guys saw my post. Most of you know I scrapbook, and I was a scrapbook person before I became a card making person. So I do both, but scrapbooking is where I started, even before I was a Stampin' Up demonstrator, well over 15 years ago. I've been a demonstrator for 12, but it will be 12 this year. But anyway, I have in front of me on the other table, there are 8 scrapbook albums of all of her, oh, thank you, Courtney. But I have 8 scrapbooks of all of her memories and things. And I didn't even get through all of the pictures, but I'm like, at some point, I'm like, this is enough. People aren't going to look through all of these. Some people might, other scrapbooking and crafting people might. But she's got a really good selection of things there and memories that I've been able to capture for her through the years. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Okay. So tonight I'm going to be sharing with you the Sweetest Cherries bundle. This what you're going to be seeing is a class that I'm going to be offering here in June. All of my classes for the month of June will open up next week. I was trying to get things done before open house, and as of Wednesday, I took a hard stop and said, nope, now I need to focus. So a lot of these classes that I'm going to be talking about, you'll see start getting promoted, emailed next week. If you haven't joined my email list, I will have a link in the description of my video, or go to my website, kimsbasementbunch.com, and there's a join my mailing list button right there. You just put in your name and your email address, and it automatically adds you to my email list, okay? So make sure you do that if you haven't done that yet. Hello to Janet and Sandy, as a couple more of you are joining me. So other classes that I have opening up during the month of June. So first of all, my last week I showcased the butterflies and flowers masking, layering masks. That class is open for registration if you're interested in that. It includes the masks, the ribbon, what else does it include? A pack of blending brushes, and then a tutorial on how to do the cards. You will need your own inks to be able to do that class. And then you can just use any stamp set that you have, but I did list the one that I used for the sentiments. So, but you can use any of them that you might have in your collection to use for the sentiments on the cards. So that class is open, and then you'll also have my Facebook Live video that is out on YouTube for you to reference for if you're more of a visual person and you want to watch how I did those cards over again. So it's a class that you can do on your own at home. A really fun class, lots of great products. You'll have everything that you need other than ink pads to be able to do those cards. And then I have another new class opening up next week. It is called the Olive Branch class. So I posted a sneak peek of a card earlier this week, and a lot of you commented how much you liked that that card. And so it was a kind of like a precursor or pre-show of what's to come. So that class will be opening up next week. And then I have 3 other classes opening next week. I have my Hue of Happiness class, this cherry class that you're going to be seeing here tonight, and then the He's All That class. So I've got about 3 or 4 classes all opening up next week after I get through open house and graduation and family in town. I have my mom here. I have my brother coming into town from, they both live over in the thumb of Michigan, about 2.5 hours away from me. And then my sister will be here visiting. She just lives a half an hour away, but still, we're going to have lots of family time this weekend. So once everybody goes home, I'll be at a spot where I'm able to get everything out there for all of you to be able to register for these great classes. And then my adhesive bundles. I posted that adhesive bundles were coming soon. Those will also come out next week. You're going to actually see them tonight. One of the projects that I'm going to be showcasing for you is a cute tag that I made using the Sweet Cherries bundle. And it's a tag that will be on all of those little adhesive bundles. Now, how my adhesive bundles work, and I'll be able to tell you the pricing and tell you what's in them, but my graphics and my marketing will all include it as well. But I do my adhesive bundles in a cute little bag. I'll actually show you one without the tag, because this is the one we're going to use in the Facebook Live tonight. But all of my bundles they're in a cute little package for you to either keep for yourself or for you to give to a friend. And they're priced where you receive a pack of dimensionals for free. Okay, so and the pricing includes this to be shipped directly to you. Local pickup, I'll adjust the price, take off the shipping charge for you. So the prices I'm going to be mentioning tonight are with shipping, so I'll adjust accordingly. But this is a really good way to get dimensionals for free, restock your adhesives. They make great gifts if you have a crafty friend for their birthday or just because or anything like that. I do this at Christmas time and then once again in the summer. So this is my summertime promotion. In these cute little bags, okay? So know that those, and in there I will mention all the different things, but this one happens to have, since some of you already have our awesome seal adhesive, some of them have just refills for your holder, and then some of them have actually a seal plus a refill, but there's dimensionals, which again are your free item, there's glue dots, the Tombow glue, so lots of great stuff in these little bags for you to be able to restock your adhesive. So just wanted to make sure I mentioned that you're going to be able to register for those next week as well. And those will be shipping out by no later than the end of June as well. Okay, so most of you know, look at you, you're starting to share. I love it. I see Peggy already commented that she shared. That's where we're going next. If you share my video, you get entered into my drawing to receive awesome prizes. So we are going to draw for last week's prizes if you shared. Hello to Philomena and yeah, Janet. I'm not sure if I mentioned Janet yet. Just saw Janet's name pop up. But we had the classic matte dots and the black matte dots. So I had 2 different dots that I'm giving away. So the winner of the classic matte dots is Mary Clark. So congratulations to Mary. I'm hoping she's still on with me tonight and sees that she's going to be getting those in the mail. They will go out this week, probably not till closer to the middle of the end of the week. And then the winner of the black matte dots is Maureen Wheatley. So congratulations to Maureen and to Mary. They both start with M. So anyway, those will be going out this week for you ladies. And thank you so much for sharing and letting others know about my videos. Up for grabs this week, I pulled 2 bolts of ribbon. One is the new Sweet Sorbet in color ribbon, and then the other one is the gingham black and white ribbon, which I love this ribbon. I use it a lot as I throw it at my computer, but I use it a lot for many different projects. So we will draw 2 people next week for those 2 bolts of ribbon. So again, those of you that might be joining me a little bit late, I mentioned I did a lot of open house prep today. So this is my literally, I got up, got a shower, threw my hair up while it was still wet kind of look. So you're getting the raw Kim Vogel tonight in her shirt that might even be dirty from cutting up tomatoes and eggs and all kinds of stuff for my open house this weekend. But anyway, with that, let me see here. I think I may have mentioned everything before I transition my camera down and we start showing you some awesome things with this bundle. Oh, I wanted to also mention my BOGO sale. So if you are local to Michigan or the Mount Pleasant area, my BOGO sale this year is a couple weeks later than normal, again, because of open house and graduation stuff. But my in-person BOGO sale is Friday, the 24th of June, and Saturday, the 25th of June. I think it's the 24th and 25th, yes. And those are from 9 until 1 here in my garage. There's no stairs, no nothing, so you can easily access it. I put everything and take it out into my garage. We're going to have a tent up this year, so we're going to have lots of space for everyone to be able to look through the new catalogs, get your order in, all of that kind of stuff. How my BOGO sale works is whatever you pick off my retired table, that becomes your free stuff, and then you just give me an order of the same amount. If you are long distance, never fear. I do it in an online Facebook group as well. So my daughter and my friend Jen's daughter Sophie will be taking pictures of everything. It goes so much faster when we have 2 or 3 of us taking pictures. They will be getting posted up to my Facebook group. I have a private Facebook group that's called BOGO Sale with Kim Vogel. I'll make sure the link's in there. And how it works is anything that you want, as you see it in there, you just comment want, and it's yours. And so how that works is if you spend $100 out of my online sale, you then, I'll give you a link to put in an online order, or you can send me your order and I put it in for you. And then I do PayPal invoice you the cost to ship all of that stuff to you though. Okay. So, but it's still a great deal. You get all that gently used stuff of mine for free. If paper packs are, I should mention this. So if paper packs are discounted, normally paper packs are like $12 if you were to buy a new pack. So if you see in my BOGO sale a pack of paper that costs $12, it's a new pack. If you see those packs that are priced maybe $5, $6, $9, it basically means that they've got some paper out of them, that I've used some of them for my classes. So I just wanted to explain that. But it's a great way for you to get things off of your current list, of your wish list. We have our new annual catalog out. And then we also have that mini catalog, the new holiday mini catalog that begins July and goes through January of 2023. Oh, it's hard to say that already. But that starts in June or July 1st. So you'd be able to, if you wanted to, I'm willing to let you guys wait to give me your order until that catalog goes live as well. So you can pick from both. Since my sale is so close to the end of the beginning of that sales period, I'm willing to let you wait. My online BOGO sale will take place over the course of about 10 days. So everything will post the 25th and 26th, more likely the 25th after my in-person sale is over. And that would be open for about 10 days. So just so you can kind of prepare for that, I'll be posting about it in my Facebook group on my Facebook page. So if you are part of my groups, which you obviously are, you're here right with me tonight, you will see that be posted for you to be able to join that Facebook group if you are a long distance. Okay. So that is the final thing I needed to talk to you about. So with that, I'm going to transition my camera down to my stamp area. Patty says she can't wait for my BOGO sale. It is one of my, I would say my customers' most anticipated event that I do, because it's a great deal. I mean, you get all that awesome things that maybe you couldn't purchase for free. So, all right. So with that, I'm going to transition my camera down to my stamp area. I'm going to share with you some cards and projects and things that I've made using the Sweetest Cherries bundle, which I think is adorable. So hopefully you like it and consider adding it to your collection of stamping stuff. All right, so with that, let me transition my camera down you're gonna get a little sneak peek here of some of my stuff that I've created. And then we're gonna get started here in just a couple of minutes. So there's your little sneak peek. I know you can't see everything because, you know, that would take all the fun away. But there you can kind of see the cute little tag that I made for I'm turning my computer around, so bear with me. But there you can see the cute little tag that I made for my adhesive bundles. Look at that. Okay. So let me move all of my cards out of the way because you can't see them all just yet. You know, I don't like to share you everything all at once. So I'm going to actually start, and then I dropped one. Okay. So I'm going to actually start with my adhesive bundles, okay? So I will have all of the details regarding these bundles in my, Janet wrote sweet. I like that because, yeah, sweet cards. But I will have all of the details. You can kind of see my little notes here of how I figured things up. But I will have all of the details in the description of my, my post. It'll also be in the... when you go to register. So basically, yes, so Courtney asked a really good question. Courtney, I love you for asking that. I totally forgot. So celebration also begins in July. So we have a July and August celebration promotion. So most of you know that with every $50 order, you get a free celebration offering. So if you give me your order in July, like I said, I'm willing to let you guys wait. You will also get a free celebration item for every $50 that you purchase. Absolutely. So it's a great deal. And like I said, I'm completely okay with you guys waiting till July 1st because I would appreciate that if I was a customer, if my demonstrator did that for me. So I'm all about keeping it real for you guys and making sure you get the bigger bang for your buck as well. Okay, so in my adhesive bundles, I have, they're all including the same things, except some of them include Seal Plus, some of them include a regular seal. So some of them are going to have a seal adhesive with a holder and then a refill, and then others are just going to be refills, okay? So obviously it's going to be a little bit cheaper if you get the ones with just the refills. We're going to walk through and I'm going to show you how I made this cute little tag. So this is a cute little tag if you wanted to give your adhesive bundle to a friend. If you're using the adhesive for yourself, you can take your cute little tag off. You can adhere that to a card and make it into a card. So I mean, lots of options there for that. So again, I'll have 4 different bundles. The only difference will be either 2 refills or 1 of each, and I'm doing both the Seal and the Seal Plus. So thank you, Philomena. So anyway, let me show you how I made this tag and talk to you a little bit about these new dies that I have fallen in love with that I used for the first time on that. So I used, let me find them here. They're underneath all my ink pads. I used the deckled rectangle dies, and these dies are amazing. They are $30, but look at all of the different shapes that you get with this. And when you cut them out, so the dies have like a little bit of like a crinkle or like a, almost looks like it's a torn edge to it. So these deckled rectangles layer together very nicely and give you this awesome little fun edge, okay? So that is what I used for my tags, but you get all these different sizes. So you could also use the bigger ones for layers onto your cards and have them be mats for your cards, okay? So I really like them. We've needed these dies. I think we've needed rectangles for a while. So this project was my first time using them and I love them. I like them too. I like them too. Very nice. I like I said, the little extra that goes on the outside to make it kind of look like it's layered. Okay, so let me bring my adhesive bundle back in so you can kind of see it. So what I did on this one is I simply cut the 2 out and then I did some layering. Now before I go into all of that, I want to talk to you a little bit about the Sweetest Cherries bundle itself. So this bundle comes with a stamp set. And it has the word sweet here. What I like about this is you can have it say, sweet friend, thank you for being so sweet, wishing you a sweet birthday. I mean, so there's so many different things you can do with this one. And it comes with a builder punch, so you can build the cherry. You can either stamp it and then punch it out, or you can just punch it out. But it's really simple and easy to use. And this bundle sells for $33.25. So it's 10% off by bundling it together and buying it as the bundle, okay? So that's what you're going to be seeing me using here tonight on a lot of my projects. In advance, again, to save a little bit of time, I stamped the word friend on the bottom of this smaller deckled rectangle. And all of my projects tonight, I decided to use the in colors, the new in colors, just because I wanted these cards to be bright and springy and all of that. So the ink pads that I'm using tonight are some of the new in colors. The Sweet Sorbet, the Parakeet Party, Orchid Oasis, and Starry Sky are the ones that I used tonight. So I did not use I want to call it Tempting Turquoise, but I think it's called the, can't think of it, Tide, something Tide. Okay. So anyway, what I did on these two is I simply adhered them together with some dimensionals. So I'm going to put dimensionals on all four corners of this. And then I just layered a cherry on it because, you know, cherries are just, again, very awesome for spring and summer. And the tag, now, like I said, if you buy one of my adhesive bundles, or 2 or 3 or however many, you will get one of these tags automatically included on it. So I layered those together like that, okay? And then in advance, what I did is I stamped the cherry. So all I did is stamp the cherry, Tahitian Tide. Thank you, Claudia. Woohoo! Thank you, all of you. You guys rock. So what I did is I stamped the cherry using the Sweet Sorbet, and then I literally just lined it up. Again, like all of our other punches, you line it up and you just punch it out, okay? So I stamped that with the Sweet Sorbet. And because the tag is going to kind of hang at a little bit of an angle, I put this on at a little bit of an angle. But first we're going to assemble the other parts. So I also punched out a stem using old olive, a scrap of old olive. And then I did a leaf right here. This is one of the leaves. And you can see that I stamped the vine in that. So in the stamp set, you get this little vine right here that stamps perfectly inside the little leaf. Now I found it the easiest to use our Tombow glue to adhere all of this stuff to the cherry. But if you really wanted to, you could also use glue dots or something like that. But I found it really easy to just add a little dot of glue right here in the middle. And I just did this tag last night, so this glue better not be, there it is. Sometimes my basement gets so cold that sometimes it doesn't want to come out of there. There we go. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue right to the center there of that cherry. And then this is just going to go on here like this. So I'm just going to glue that down. And then I used the little leaf here, and I adhered that to the top of the stem. So I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive to the back of the stem here. You see, I don't add a whole lot there. And then this is going to get adhered down to that on the back here, like that. And I'm just going to hold it for a little second here, and it will stick really good. So I find that it was really easy to do that with my glue versus the other glue dots, because it's so little. And you just need a little bit of that. I then adhered this down to my tag using a couple of dimensionals, and I only put the dimensionals down at the bottom because, again, you can see here on my tag that the top is going to kind of hang off there, okay? So I'm going to just put 2 dimensionals down there on the bottom, and this is going to go on here kind of at an angle like that. Now, the last thing that I did, and this is if you, this is not a Stampin' Up! Product, but I know a lot of you own it. It's called a Crocodile. And I use this to punch a hole in it. So I'm just going to stick this in here. But if you have any other kind of paper piercing thing, that will work. There you can see I just punched a hole in there. And then let me grab my adhesive bundle so I've got a few of these already done up and ready to go. But I also have to order more adhesive. So you'll be, you know, some of them will ship right away. But I just tied this really tight because this is just how you're going to open the bag. So I tied it really tight, and then I tied it in a little, just a little bow here. So that way you guys can get back into the bag. Well, maybe I didn't do it that way. I tied it like this. Sorry. I think I did tie it in a little knot to keep it tight, but not a tight knot. Okay. And then what I did is I fed this through this hole like that. I had to think about it. I did this a while ago. And then I just tied this in a bow. But like I said, that will be the adorable, cute little tag that will come with all of your adhesive bundles. Cute, 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 right? And then I'm just going to tie it in a little bow. And these bags, aren't these bags adorable? So I got these bags on Amazon, my favorite place. But how perfect is that? There's all your adhesives. Yay, and look at the cute little tag. I love it. All right, so that is my first little project to share with you and to kind of kick off my adhesive bundles. And registration for those will open next week, okay? So I will tell you that they range in price from $29 to the most expensive one is $39. But $39 is if you get the Seal Plus. So Seal Plus costs more than the regular Seal, okay? But this little tag can be used for so many different awesome things, and I love it. I mean, who wouldn't love to get a card with that? Even like I said, if you decide to use, oops, then I pulled the thing out, but again, you get the gist of it. Cute, 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 right? Okay, so that is my first cute little project. So the next one's going to be some cards that I've made to share with all of you. So the first one, so again, I'm going to try to show you the versatility. Oh, I should mention my host code. Yes, this is still my May host code. I'm leaving it open for one more week. Mainly, I didn't have time to open up a new one, being completely honest with you. At some point, like I said, I had to just say, okay, Kim, stop. You got to get into graduation mode. And plus, still trying to work that full-time job and all that good stuff. So I left my host code open for the month of May for one more week. So this will be good through before next week, I'll have a new one. Anybody who puts in a minimum $35 order with me from now through Sunday night, you will receive 3 of these cards that I'm showcasing tonight sent to you, already made up, already done for free, okay? And they will ship out next week. But I like to do that so you have a done made card that you can then send out and use, right? So, oh good, Courtney, I'm glad you were able to reuse the bundle of that bag. This time I was trying to find something that was a little more summery and springy, and I like pink, so it just kind of went well together. All right, so the first card I'm going to share with you is going to showcase how you can use this bundle to do just some simple stamping. So with this one, what I did is I used the stamp set. So I stamped all of the cherries just randomly here onto the background here. And then I added, and I used the Sweet Sorbet. So again, all of these colors of ink that I used are the colors, the in colors. And then I just stamped using the Parakeet Party, the stem and the leaves. You can see I didn't do perfect stamping, but quick and simple and easy. So for this card, I chose to use the Sweet Sorbet to pull out the color of the cherries. So Sweet Sorbet is my card base, the 5.5 by 8.5. And then I used a piece of the Starry Sky that is cut 5 1/4 by 4. And then what I stamped on was cut 5 by 3 3/4. So again, there you can see, I just stamped randomly. And because you're not going to see the middle, so a little sneak peek here for you, a little cheat, you don't see the middle. So you really don't need to stamp that cherry on there. But you can see how you can kind of see the stems. So that's why the stems are there. Again, a little technique of, you know what, no one's going to see underneath. So why go through and stamp all that? No one's going to see it. So those two are going to adhere together. Courtney, you're not going to believe this. I used one embellishment. Again, no ribbon on these cards. But again, I didn't feel they needed them because the cherries are just so darn cute. Now, the embellishments that I used on these are the 2022-2024 in color matte decorative dots. And so this is the pack I actually used. So you can see here that there's going to be some missing. But they come in all of the in colors, and you have 3 different sizes. And they kind of come in like a ombre look, where some of the ones down here are darker, and they go to be a little bit lighter. So I love the sorbet too. That's one of my favorite ones, Philomena. Love, love, love it. I know, right, Courtney? All right. So then I cut a piece, again, layering and color coordination is what I'm all about. So since I used the Starry Sky behind here, I chose to use a piece of Starry Sky to put right there in the middle. So again, there you can see those little stems, but you're not going to see any cherries underneath of that. This is cut 2 by 3 3/4. And then I cut a piece of basic white, 1 3/4 by 3 3/4. So again, it's the same size. And then on there, again, I did a lot of my stamping in advance because I knew that I couldn't be on past 8 so I can get things to that haul tonight. I stamped the Sweet in the Starry Sky, and I stamped the Friend in the Sweet Sorbet. Again, you can mix and match all of that any way that you want. I love the font on this Sweet. I think it is so pretty. So I just layered these two together. So again, this is just a complete stamping card. I did use the punch just for the little cherry down here on the bottom. And I just punched that out. I did not stamp that. So that is just punched with a scrap of the Sweet Sorbet cardstock. And this is going to go on here like that. Again, you can't see that there's no cherry underneath there. Haha, right? And then I do have this right here. This is just a cherry. Now I did ink around the edges of this, and I'm gonna do that. I need to go and grab a, I'm gonna use a sponge because I don't know where my sponge daubers are. Just let me grab a sponge real quick. Bear with me. I found that sponging around the edges of the cherries on my cards just kind of defined the cherry a little bit more. So I'm gonna lay this one next to here so you can kind of see the difference. You can tell that that one's not sponged. So this one I just kind of went into my ink. Now you can use a sponge dauber. You can use, and I re-inked this ink pad, so we're gonna get a really good inked image or inked around the edge image here looking. But you can use sponge daubers or a blending brush if you really, really wanted to. And then I just adhered this down here on the bottom. I did also cut out a stem using the a scrap of the Parakeet Party. And then I'm going to use the Tombow glue here again, and I'm just going to put a little bit right down here on the top. Again, you can use a glue dot. I just found that they stuck a little bit better and didn't move around as much if I used the Tombow glue. Just experience from using these. The glue dot, this would kind of still move around because you know how glue dots give you a little bit of flexibility. I agree, Philomena, and I like doing the whole distressed look. When I went to put this on, I didn't like that the cherry stem was too big and you kind of covered up the word sweet. So I just took my snips and I just need to make sure I don't cut that with, or have it move. I just cut that down a little bit. And then I adhered that with a couple of dimensionals, and voila, our first card. Look how pretty. And this one I didn't stamp as good, but this one I did better. So, but again, I left that to show you that, you know what, if I probably wouldn't have pointed that out, some of you may have not even noticed that because it's so, you know, you really can't see that that happened. So I think the eye appealing just kind of pops it. Okay, so what do you think of that first card? So again, all of my cards tonight use the new in colors. I really thought that they just kind of popped with the Sweetest Cherry bundle. So hopefully you guys like all of them as well when you see them. Again, this will be a class that will be available on the month of June for any of you to register for. And also if you're local, coming to my local classes, this is one of the 3 options for my club members. So any club members watching, this could be an option for you to be able to do for your club. Oh, and then I did add some little, dots. Forgot about my dots. So we're gonna add some dots as I grab for my scissors because that's what I have. But yeah, these were so fun to create. So fun. So I'm just gonna add one of these little dots to, maybe I don't have any putty out. Maybe I'm gonna add one of these dots, yep, up here. And then I chose to add one of the little Sweet Sorbet ones. Since those are the 2 main colors that I used on this, just kind of looks cool, right? Hi, Chris, and welcome. And thank you, Carol and Shireen. Yeah, I love it. Isn't that a cute card? And simple, right? So you could also do, you know, other sentiments to make this. You could put wishing you a sweet day. There's so many different things you can do with this stamp set. So again, if you haven't seen it yet, it comes with the word sweet and then all these different sayings that you can kind of mix and match for whatever kind of card it is that you might want. So there is card number 1. All right, let me see what's next on my pile here. Oh, okay, so I did use the Tahitian Tide cardstock, but I did not use the ink. And this one, I actually used the Mango Melody ink on this. Again, I just wanted some different variety, and I'm not sure why I went with yellow on this one, but I did. So for this one, for the card base, and again, you're gonna see that I've used some of the Designer Series paper. This is the In Color Designer Series paper. So for this one I used the Tahitian Tide 5.5 by 8.5 for my card base. And then again, layer, layer, layer. So doesn't that layer of white though just make this card pop? So I added a 5 1/4 by 4 basic white, and then a piece of 5 by 3 3/4 of the Designer Series paper. Doesn't that alone just look wonderful? I love it. Okay, so we're gonna layer these together. I gotta get that ink off my fingers because I do not want to have the sweet sorbet. I had it on my thumbnail here on the side. Don't want to have that on this card. And again, you can use any of the patterns of paper. You get like 4 different patterns with this Designer Series paper. It's $12 for the pack. Thank you, Janet. And this again, I'm just going to lay down on the card. No ribbon whatsoever. And then for this one, I think I used a 2.5 by so this piece is, I think, 2.5. I have to remember I made these so long ago, by 3.5 across. All right, and then all I did was stamped the Wishing You A, which again is part of this right here. Wishing You A, and then stamped Sweet, and then Day. So again, another neat little combination from that stamp set. I do too, Patty. At first when the In Colors came out, I'm gonna be honest, I liked them, but I was like, oh, we got all those blues, and I'm not a, or blue hues, I should say, because they're all different colors. And I'm like, but now that I've played with them, especially with these cards, I've really come to love the In Colors, because this bundle did not come with any kind of Designer Series paper. Like when we had the peach stuff, the Sweet as a Peach, it came with Designer Series paper and ribbon and all that good stuff, and this one didn't. So I had to get creative and think outside the box a little bit, and I just had this paper sitting on the table next to where I was sitting, and I'm like, that's what we're gonna do. So with this card, I'm gonna be showcasing how I actually stamped and cut out every single piece for the cherry. So here I did the Sweet Sorbet again, stamped and punched out the cherry. I stamped and punched out the, these are stamped in Parakeet Party and punched out. And I even stamped and punched out in Crumb Cake, the stem. So this one is showcasing complete stamping. So if you don't want to use the punch to punch it out, and it's always easier when you just use, the paper colors to stamp them out or to punch out the cherries. But for this one, I wanted to show you how you can actually just, if you're a stamping person, you can stamp them all. Totally dependent on however you want your cards to look. So for this, I'm going to just use one-dimensional. I'm going to put one cherry down here at the bottom, and then I'm going to put the other one up here at the top. And then for these, I just kind of built the cherries accordingly with the little stems and stuff. So I'm going to bring back in my Tombow, my liquid Tombow glue, and I'm going to add little dots here to the centers of these. So to the center of them. And I need to find where both my stems are. So here's one of them, because I showed you one of them. So I'm just going to adhere this to the top here. And then you can see it's just kind of hanging here loose, but it's not going to go anywhere because, it's the better glue that I used. If I'd have just used glue dots, it would move when I would do that. Okay. So there you have the little cherry toppers. And then from there, I just added leaves underneath. So for these, I just added a little bit of adhesive to the leaves, and I just added them underneath. So these are just directly under it. So you can kind of see that it's not even, I didn't glue those to the cherry top. So you can have different looks with these cherries. You could do the leaves down below where they are like, like this. Or you can do like I did in the first one, or in the bundle one, where I added the leaf to the stem higher. Okay, so lots of different options there for you. And I'm hoping I can find my last leaf. I may have shorted myself a leaf. Oh, there is only one on this one. Ha! Okay, that would be why. But I'm gonna put it on this side just because I have more room there. But there you go. Isn't that awesome? Again, bright and cheery is what I was kind of going for with these cards, using all of that. It sure would, Shireen. So, okay. Oh, and then I forgot the little embellishment. I'm so excited to get going to the next one, but then I forget to add the embellishments. So the only problem sometimes when I do that is then when I send these out to those of you that put in your online order with me, you'd be like, she didn't put an embellishment on that one. All right, so there you go. Oh, and I put a couple up there. All right. So let me put a couple up there. These are really sticky, which is good. They're not coming off the paper very good. So here I used these colors, the Tahitian Tide colors. But again, you get a whole pack of these, so you can use as many as you want on it. But there you have my second card. Yay! Okay. This next card. So this next one is, let me show you here. This one, woohoo! So you're gonna see a little bit of a different technique used on this one. So when I saw the stamp set and I saw the little, it looks like a basket, and I'm sure it was designed probably to make a basket, but I wanted to get creative with how I would use that. So what I did, and I may have not actually done it here on my sample, I didn't, oops. So you're gonna pretend that it's there, okay? Because I don't have the a block easily here to mount that. But what I did is I stamped this image right here in the four corners of my card base. All right, so you can see it here behind here, just to kind of break up the background a little bit, okay? Thank you guys, I'm glad you like them. Now, the other thing I did on this card is you can see that there's a little bit of variation here. So you can see here on the stamp set, you have a solid one and then one that's kind of more, got like the little slice here gone. So what I did is I stamped this one, the solid one using the Sweet Sorbet like I've always been doing. And then I stamped this one using Real Red on top to give it a little bit of more of a texture look, okay? So that is kind of how I did that one. Again, you're gonna pretend and visualize with me that these stamped images are behind there, okay? We're just gonna go with it, right? All right, so then I layered together some of these awesome patterns. I really liked, again, the Sweet Sorbet with that. And then the Designer Series paper. So the Designer Series paper is cut 4x3, so that way I can get a couple of them out. Now you could also use the dots if you wanted to. I am really partial to this plaid. I love the plaid. And so that's 4x3, so this is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4, 4 1/2 by 3 1/2. And we're just gonna assemble these together and layer them all together. And then I adhered them down to the center of my card. Now you're gonna see how I cut out the word sweet on this. That is a very trendy thing right now. Now there is a stamp set and dies out that I showcased, I think it was last week, or maybe it was in my bingo, I don't remember, but there's a stamp set and die out right now where the stamp set, you can stamp the sentiments and then there's a die to cut all of these out. Now I did do that by hand, so Patty, if you like this card, you have to cut it out by hand. I'm sorry. And I'm going to show you kind of how easy that is. So I stamped the word sweet using the Orchid Oasis. This is Orchid Oasis on this one. And then all I did was kind of go around here and cut this out. Again, this is a very trendy thing right now. So if you don't like to do this, you can look at the, I'm going to cut some of that off. I don't need all that there. You can look at the stamp set and dies that go together to do this. I think it's great. I think it's actually Lisa Curcio, if any of you follow Lisa Curcio. I think it was inspired by her $1 Million set, and I love it. I hope that Stampin' Up! Comes out with more of that, because again, this is a very trendy thing that's been going on for a while, and a lot of people are doing exactly what you see me doing right here, kind of cutting around it just on my own. But it goes really fast. Really, really fast. And you can see that I'm leaving some of the white around the words. You don't want to go too close to where you take off some of the words. You want to leave a little bit of a white border around them. So, there we go. Get that out of the way. So there's my word sweet, right? And then what I did is I stamped that cherry with, again, using Parakeet Party, the stem. So the stem is separate, the leaf is separate. Stamped that onto a layering circle, adhered it behind another layering circle. Those two got adhered together, and then that goes on my card with some dimensionals. So I'm just going to stamp or put these on here like this. Patty, I know you could. That's so funny. Oh, this is a good 4th of July one. Yeah, Shireen, it sure is. All right, and then that's just gonna go up here like that. Oops, I don't want it crooked. And then I did put that on with some dimensionals as well. Now next week I have a surprise for all of you. Woohoo! If you are going to be able to watch me live next week, which I hope you all come back, it is going to be a reveal of new product from the upcoming catalog. I was able to pre-order from the holiday catalog just yesterday, and I still did my 2nd day shipping so that I can play with it next week after my open house, because I'll need some design time. But I'm going to be showcasing for you the new product. So you'll get a sneak peek, kind of like a sneak peek reveal of new holiday product. I know we're just getting into summer and spring, and is finally here in Michigan after it being cold for so long. But our holiday catalog does go live on July 1st, so all of you can start working on those fall and winter projects. So I'm going to show you a sneak peek, okay? Then on this card, going back to this card, on a 1/2 inch piece of basic white, I stamped Sweet Birthday Wishes. So this is just going to go down here on the bottom. And there you have another cute card. And it's cute too, even with out the little, but can you see that the stamps, how the stamping just makes that kind of pop a little bit more? So, and I wanted to use the stamp. So, that's what I did. I didn't get too creative and make a basket for you. I'm sorry, but I didn't. But I'm sure that's what it's designed for. I'm just giving you another way of using it. So, thank you, Shireen. I'm excited to see what I create too. All right, so there you have that card. Isn't it pretty? Again, they're all so bright and just vivid colors. Okay, so this next one is going to showcase mainly just the punches, okay? So this one, I did not do, the only thing stamped is the word friend. I did not stamp, or these are just punched out. Again, I inked around the edges, so you can kind of see there how that just, again, makes it pop. So for this one, I'm the same way, Sarah. I am so excited, and I love the holiday catalog's my favorite one. I love designing for Christmas first, and then Valentine's Day. Those are my 2 favorite that I love designing for. And I think the Valentine's Day one's because it's all pinks and stuff like that normally, and I like pinks. All right, so Sweet Sorbet for my card base on this one. Lots of, different layering things here. So I chose to use I think it's the well-worn embossing folder on this one. 5 1/4 by 4, and that I ran through my Stampin' Emboss die cut machine. And so I am just going to do that. One thing I know I wanted to talk to you all about was the new magnetic platform for our Big Shot, or our new machine, our Stampin' Emboss die cut machine. So the magnetic platform is available for purchase for the big machine, not yet for the little machine. And I love it. So it is, it works. I used it for the first time last night to actually cut out those deckled dies for my tag when I made my tag. And so it works together pretty good. The only thing you have to remember is that the directions that come with it are not the correct ones. So when you layer it, you layer your base, and then you layer your magnetic platform, and then you put your cardstock and your die on it, and one of the clear plates. So the magnetic platform basically replaces one of the clear plates. So that's just, but it works really, really good. Okay, so here again, I think it's a 3 by 4, and then I did that 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, using the Parakeet Party. And this time I did make myself use the polka dots. What do you think of that? I love Christmas in July, but yeah, so Kay's probably going to be like, oh, great, I'm going to be starting Christmas projects. Kay does a lot of my assembly of different things for my different craft shows and things that I do, and so we do a lot of that in the summertime. Oh, I need to add this one down first. So yeah, lots of layering. This is 2 by 4, and then I have a piece of the Parakeet Party to go behind it that's a little bit bigger. So we need to layer those first. So again, lots of different layering. Thank you, Beth. These cards were so fun to design. Once I had paper to pair it with, I find that it's easier to design cards if you have your paper and your colors kind of planned and picked out what you want to do with them. So I think that's the hardest part, but you got to have some paper and things to go with it. So I layered that down there, and then this I kind of off-centered Again, this is just showing you different layering techniques. So this is going to be one of those cards where it's just going to be lots of layered stuff. I then cut out, I believe this is 2 by 2, 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, and these two just got layered together. And because this is so much layering, I did not add any dimensionals behind any of this. And then this one I layered off to the side like that. So again, just colors, 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 layers, layers, layers. So this is a good use of that designer series paper to kind of showcase. Okay, and then I did my cherries again. Now these two I actually did already in advance, ink around the edges. Again, I thought, so here's how they look without being inked. You can kind of see they get lost, but by doing the ink distressing around the edges, you kind of get a little bit of a better look there. I also will tell you guys that I did not forget about my my card challenge. I want to talk to all of you about my card challenge because I'm hoping that more of you participate in it. So I offer a challenge every single month. I come up with a card sketch, and then you can design a card using that sketch. So it's kind of like a recipe. You can design however you want with it using that sketch. My June one is done. I just need to get it posted. So it will post here soon for all of you to be able to start creating. And I did have, my mom actually picked the winner for March. I haven't even had a chance to put it out there yet, but I'm going to announce it here because I think she's watching. So the winner of my challenge, my card sketch challenge, there. First of all, you all did an amazing job of your card sketches this last month. But my mom picked the card design by Cindy Wood. So Cindy, you are the winner for this month. That might be Cindy's, I think, first time as the card sketch designer. But anyway, so Cindy, how it works is anybody who, I usually have different people look at them and pick. My mom, sometimes I might pick Natalie, my husband, sometimes it might be Kay who's here, you know, because if she's not participating in it, then I let her pick. But nobody knows whose is whose. I just have the pictures there and I say, here you go, pick one that you like. But the person gets to pick $25 of free product, and I ship it directly to you. So congratulations to Cindy. I know it. I feel like I said, my mom picked it this morning, and I did not get a chance to get on my computer to upload it, and that's where the picture's at. I only had my phone with me today. So, but I thought, you know what? I'm going to announce that tonight, so Cindy knows that she was the winner. All right. Here we have the cute little leaves again. And then with those, I did the little vine on them. And so these I'm just going to kind of stick underneath here like that. I know, congratulations to you. So anyway, I will still post it on my Facebook page, just so you know. I'm not gonna so everybody else can see it, but I thought I would announce it tonight since I knew that Cindy was on here with me tonight. And that one I'm just going to put underneath. That one I did glue on top, but I'm just going to put it underneath. And then I stamped the word friend. So this is just going to be a friend card. This I did put on with some dimensionals. So I'm going to, so tomorrow, if it's not tomorrow, it will be, I promise you, by next week I'll be back to normal, but I will post the winner of that and show you guys what the card looked like. Again, I usually always post the winner with a picture of their card, so I'll make sure you guys can see it. All right, and then I topped it off, and I just kind of, and here you can see I used crumb cake. And you're probably thinking, why did she use crumb cake? I just felt that because all of the busyness of the layers that I chose, it needed a little bit more of a neutral color underneath here. And you wouldn't really, I was thinking about using the green, the Parakeet Party, but you really wouldn't see it. And I didn't want to use the Sweet Sorbet because I used it here. So another little tip, again, I always like to tell you guys tips and tricks when I'm designing. Use those neutrals when in doubt. If you're thinking it needs a layer but you're not sure what to use, crumb cake, Sahara sand, those are really good go-to, and even soft suede brown, those are really good go-tos for adding a layer of a neutral color that will pretty much go with any of our Stampin' Up! Colors. Finally, I topped this card off with a couple of those embellishments, and I used and now I got a lot of putty out of there. It goes from a little to a lot. I'm just going to use my fingers on that one. I added one down here on the bottom, and then I added a little one next to it, if it will cooperate with me. There we go. And there you have that card. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, Courtney, you did. Courtney, I think, was the winner last month, and she got the new In Color Memories. Yep, and the twine. You're right, you did. And I'm glad you got it. And poor Cindy, or I mean, Courtney, the one time, I forgot to order her winnings. I had started her order, and I'm guessing I got a phone call at work or something like that, and I had the order started, and then I never hit the submit. So she reached out to me and said, I never got that. Did you order it? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I thought I did. And so I logged into the computer and went, no, I didn't hit the submit button. So if you don't ever hesitate to reach out to me, because I do make mistakes. So anyway, this is my final project for all of you tonight. And this one is going to showcase for you how I use the designer series paper to actually cut out and punch out my cherry. So this one is Thank You for Being So Sweet. So this one is great for like teachers or special friends or somebody who's gone above and beyond and done something. So this one I chose to use both of the Starry Sky and the Orchid Oasis. I love these two paired together. I really, really do. Oh, Cindy, they would. So here in Michigan, in a town about, I don't know, maybe an hour kind of north and east of me is a town called Traverse City, and they have a big cherry festival. And yeah, these cards would be great for that. I agree. So this one I used a 5 1/4 by 4 piece of Starry Sky for the card base, and then I used 5 by 3 3/4, ran it through the embossing folder again using that well worn. And these I'm just going to adhere together. So you can also see how I used some more of that awesome designer series paper. No ribbon on these cards. But again, I just thought the ribbon would take from the cherry. Like, I didn't want to put ribbon in between there. I mean, it just kind of wouldn't look good. All right, so that gets layered down. And then I used a 2-inch by 3, or let me see here, by 5 piece of the Starry Sky. And I backed it behind, thank you, Marilyn. I backed it behind a piece of the Orchid Oasis. So you can see how that kind of ties in both my colors, opposite here, kind of, well, not really opposite, but using the designer series paper. And again, if you don't like the one side, you can always use the other. And so this is just going to get adhered down to my card, or to the card base. And this goes down to the card right in the middle. So it just kind of breaks it up a little bit. Like that. And then I cut a piece of the, this is, I believe, 2.5 by 2.5, 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Again, there I stamped using the Sweet Sorbet ink, and I stamped down here in the bottom the word sweet using the Starry Sky. So these two are just going to get adhered together, and you want to be a little bit strategic and stamp that off on the side to leave room for your, I almost called it a tomato, to leave room for your cherry. Sorry. That was funny. I literally, you want to know why I almost called it a tomato? We diced tomatoes today. Well, I didn't. My mom did. I cleaned them but she diced the tomatoes for me today. So I've got graduation things, I guess, on my mind. Oh gosh. Anyway, it's really not a tomato. And then I cut this purposely a little bit wider, so that way you could kind of see, just kind of, you know, not being all symmetrical. It's kind of a good thing, right? So then using the designer series paper, that depending on, this one went up and down, this one goes from side to side. So I'm going to adhere this down with a dimensional. And then my Tombow glue is going to come in here. And that's going to get on there like that. Punched out one of my stems. So you can have your stem go whichever way you kind of want it to. This one I'm going to go this way with it. And then my little leaf. Final thing is topping it off with a couple of those little awesome dots. And there we go. Move it where you want it. And then the other one's gonna go here. So you can kind of see, there you have it. Alrighty, so those are my cards tonight. So let me bring them all back in here so you can see them. So here they are. I love them, aren't they adorable? Oops, I don't wanna go too far off my screen, so I want you guys to still be able to see them all. So this is what we made tonight. If you joined me a little bit late, make sure you go back and watch the replay. Again, anybody who puts in that minimum order with me, $35 order gets you 3 of these cards sent to you in the mail. If you're one of the first ones to order, you can even tell me which 3 you might want if I have them, because I do have a few of these made up and ready to go out. This is the host code that you are going to use. Again, my adhesive bundles will be going out for registration early next week. They'll be out for maybe 2.5, 3 weeks for you to register for them. And I'll have all of the descriptions of what's included in each one when you go to register for them. They ship to you just like this in these cute little bags with a cute little tag. And it's a great way for you to get your hands on some refills. The dimensionals are free, so that is what it makes this kind of an awesome deal. Dimensionals are $4.25. You get those absolutely free by putting in, ordering some of my adhesive bundles. So anyway, thank you all so very much for letting me have a little bit of fun time with all of you before our open house on Saturday. Say a prayer that it all goes well. It's supposed to be a beautiful day here in Michigan, not too hot for this open house, so I'm excited about that. And then graduation, I'll be a bawling baby because graduation will be on the Sunday. But I did it that way so my family could come one weekend and have it all done in one weekend. So anyway, next week will be your sneak peek of new product from the holiday catalog. So I hope that you'll be joining me right back here on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. All right, thank you all so very much for joining me. I really appreciate it. And like I said, it was kind of my calm before the storm to be able to share with all of you. I love doing this with you, and I hope that you are back with me next week. All right, bye everyone.